Okay, is that better? There we go. That sounds better. That sounds at all. Hello, Isatsu. You said I saw the hello. I completely missed the sound part. I just saw desktop. Also, hello, Pixel Esports. Thank you, both of you. You can hear me, but the sound is off. I think now it's good though, right? Because I can actually see the mic thing. I didn't notice the mic thing not actually doing it. Sound quality is low? Oh, come on. Why do you do this to me? Okay, hold on. Okay, let's try this a little bit better. Apparently, I forgot that a week and a half ago I did a podcast recording with the mic and set everything to different. So the gain was already all the way up. It was in room mode, all the stuff. Okay, let's route the cable around carefully. All right, let's try this again. Hello, hello everybody. How are you doing today? Happy Wednesday. It's nice to be back after a week and a half. Hello, Isitsu. How are you doing? And then also, hello, Pixel Esports and fantastic Fred. I like how RestreamBot worked for like, I don't know, all of 5 minutes and then it just gave up. So that's cool. But I do see both chats, so it doesn't matter. I'll hopefully see everybody's chat. But I am back. Hello. Welcome to Brooks Builds. If you've never been here, we do stuff. Mostly building things. We've been building a course on Axum on Monday morning. A couple fun things happened. First of all, my channel on YouTube ticked over 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. So thank you everybody who has subscribed to YouTube, and thank you all for being here. And obviously, in celebration of the 5,000 subscribers on YouTube, Axum released 0.7. Now 0.7 is basically bringing in Hyper 1.0, which is actually 1.1 at this point in time. Maybe even more. I haven't been paying attention. And Hyper did a few things. Like we were chatting about it on Discord all Monday, and a few things broke / changed in Hyper 1.0. And apparently, now I was hoping that that as soon as Hyper got released, then Axum would go to 1.0. But it sounds like with maybe some of the breaking changes, or maybe the Hyper release was a little bit bigger, or maybe just this is the entire plan and I didn't sort of know what it was. Axum went to 0.7 with a few more sub-releases planned. So I believe there's a 0.8 and potentially a 0.9. I'm not completely sure. Planned still. Each of them are going to have breaking changes until they eventually get to 1.0, in which they can feel more stable. So because that's a little bit bigger and more than I sort of was expecting, I don't really want to just have to go through the course, you know, all the stuff we've written, update it for the 0.7, continue writing lessons, and then have 0.8 come out and do the exact same thing over again. It feels like pretty wasteful of my time. And I think that will just delay things more than if I just waited until Axum 1.0 came out, and then we just sort of figure things from there and rewrite the course, because it's probably not really a refactor to match that. So while we're waiting, we have to figure out what we're going to do. And so I asked Discord yesterday, what are some ideas? And so I've got a few different ideas that we can play around with. So we're going to create a list today, and we're going to go through and sort of like I have some ideas of what I want to do already, and I think I don't know if we'll do like votes on them or if it's just going to be I'm just going to decide, because probably I'll just do it I decide type thing. But you can all weigh in, because if you're here, you have a chance to sort of let me know. And if you're watching this on the VOD, put a comment in for what you want to see, because obviously we'll have some time. All right, so let's change like what we're doing. So this is it's not really a roadmap, is it? But it's like as close as we can get. So like call this roadmap planning. I'm a big fan of something called a dateless roadmap, which is, let's have a Twitch poll. Sorry, YouTube, I get to decide. Oh, yeah. You know, it would be fun, because I can't rely on RestreamBot. It would be fun to build like a project. And so like here's a bunch of these little things that we could do. And so like I'm looking for small projects that can have some kind of meaning that either will like affect the stream in a positive way, the videos in a positive way, the LMS in a positive way, or like some kind of micro little course that we could put on the LMS, or we can just put out on YouTube. Can we come with additional suggestions, like working with a newly released? Yes, absolutely. And I saw that too. That was yesterday, right? Because AWS reInvent was yesterday. I've never been to one of them, but I heard like the news that they made it generally available, which I think it's still beta, right? But it's generally available beta, or is it actually 1.0 ready to go? Let's go to, we'll share this on desktop for right now, and then I'll figure out where to put these later. So let's see, let's, okay, it's 1.0 now. Excellent, that's good. Also, fantastic Fred. I can't remember if I said hello. I think I did before to you. But if not, hello again. Okay, so desktop. What do I want to name this file? Let's we can make it markdown. So we'll do, this will be called like possible projects. Okay, so we'll call this, actually, you know what? I already changed my mind. I want to name this roadmap. Brooks builds roadmap. Okay, so possible projects. All right, so a bunch of them. Let's go through everything that we, well, okay, let's go through some of the ones that I have in my mind right now, which is, I don't know the name for this, but like those sort of short form tutorial videos that you see a lot of content creators create for other technologies, like everything you need to know for, you know, Axum, and then it's like, you know, between 20 minutes and an hour long, something like that. We can do that for Axum 0.7. So like we can actually, you know, continue with Axum, but for, you know, just one video for it. So Axum 0.7. To that vein, also, you had a 0.21, I believe. So we can do 0.21. Okay, so those are the two that I sort of like was, oh, and then the other one was Code Crafters. I'm reaching out to them to talk to them to see like, can I actually stream one of the lessons of Code Crafters online? If I can't, then obviously we won't do that. And if we can, then this would be, I think that this would be a fun and interesting thing. If you've never used it before, it is, it it's one. Let's actually just go take a look at it. So this is what it is. Now I have technically partnered with them. So what that means is that they are giving me free access to this, so I will not have to pay for it. And so we're not going through right now. If when I do, I'll have to then say like, hey, this is a partner. This is one of those branded or whatever streams, and videos and everything else for it. And it has like some kind of like sales thing to it. I will be able to create a link to that so that if you want to purchase it, I get a part of that. I don't know if that includes a discount. So if you do like this and you want to purchase it, reach out to me on somewhere, comments on Discord, on Twitter, X Twitter or whatever, and I can get you a link, but I don't want to necessarily ask that anybody goes and gets this right now, because I would like to go through it first before I actually suggest it. Now what's interesting to this is that it has these courses where you can recreate these softwares, recreate Redis, Git, Docker in a language of your choice, and they have Rust as an option. So this is something that I want to take a look at if I can. So those are the three that I sort of had come up with. And then we have some suggestions in Discord. Let me go back up and see if I can find it. Okay, so we had web framework. Okay, so we can pivot to Actix. So and Actix, something in Actix. So this is actually not really possible projects. This is tech to use. Because clearly these, you don't, a project isn't really the tech itself, is it? Albert Larson, hello. How are you doing today? So let's see. We have Actix. I don't know what poem is, but it was suggested. Let's add that in there. We also have Tori. Is that how you're supposed to pronounce it? Tori? Albert, you're starting on Twitch as a streamer? Awesome. What are you, what's going to be your topic? Also, I'm going to follow you. Okay, so Tori, and then also we have Leptos. You stream your screen when you're dev. Okay, so basically just a dev stream while you're share screaming, whatever those that. What was it called when you recorded your screen? Screencast. You're screencasting. Nice, but what are you deving? Like any interesting things? Okay, you don't have much time to have a mic, but you answer chat. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, Python plus Rust. Is that Maturin? So Maturin IO. Okay, so I want to keep this in here. So starting with this. Kojiro in Discord suggested these. I may want to keep track of them because if I go with any of these, I want to give credit for some of this. Mostly C and sometimes Rest. Nice. Excellent. Well, I'm following you, so if I have time when you're streaming, I'll jump on and say hi. Let's see. Leptos is changing a lot, so it would be more of a, hey, let's just like build something with Leptos as is, and then we'll be fine. Let's see. What else was there in here? Oh, OpenDAL. Okay, so Blah suggested something with Apache OpenDAL, which I've never used before. Based upon the little blurb that came through, I would say it's something about like grabbing a lot of data and sort of like displaying it around. So there's a few tools like that around. I haven't really used any of them very much. I don't have that much data myself, so we'd have to go hunting for data to like make it interesting. And I don't want to like use any of the data that I have on like the LMS because I might accidentally dox people, and that's no fun. We don't want to do that. Okay. Groovy suggested we do something with Leptos, which then would make sure to include server-side rendering. It was server-side rendering and server-side functions, so maybe that's different. I thought that they were the same, but maybe they're different. Let's see. Quintessa suggests Tori. So let's add that into here. Groovy also suggests Bevy. We looked at Bevy on stream a long time ago, but it's not how to spell Bevy. It looks like it's come a decent amount of ways since we looked at that, so that could be fun. Okay, so that was all the suggestions I had on Discord. Now here, do we have any suggestions here? Have I done anything with Rocket 0.5 yet? No, we have not. So that's a good option. So Rocket. Let's see, that is Fantastic Fred. And time to ditch you and use HTMX. Probably not ditch you for that, but we can definitely look at HTMX. And see if whether or not I also fall prey to the hype machine that is HTMX or whatever like the style that really is. I feel like we've changed the name of like what that is over and over and over again. Like wasn't it like DHTML for a while, and then we did HTML or HTML2, and then something else. We did some stuff around that. Okay, but anyways, regardless, not worrying about this. Okay. I want it to be known that I liked the concept of HTMX before it was cool and before it existed. I'm sorry, Itsitsu, but since you didn't tell me that you liked HTMX before HTMX existed, now you're officially a hipster. I don't actually know if that's how it works, but I think there's some good things with HTMX. I think there's some good ideas. As long I was actually talking to someone else about this like a few weeks ago, which is we can go back and like revisit old ideas of the past, like, you know, the functions and sort of mixing all the stuff together in a backend, because the technology has changed. As long as we don't just do it exactly the same as we did it before, but if we use some kind of intelligence when thinking about it, that would be a good idea. Also, look who's visiting us. Sylvie's here. You don't need to see me. Let me readjust that camera. That's better. You still see my hands though, right? Okay. So these are some ideas. Any thoughts on these? Unreal, hello. How are you doing today? Yeah, Zilby, hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving break. If I was to have a vote, I would say Leptos. Okay, you do get a vote. I mean, it's not really a vote. It's a I would like this, and then I add you to the list. All of the above. Build the same app and multiple frameworks. Do you know how bored you would all get if I did that? That would be so okay, story time. When I first became a lead instructor working at a code school, and so I had basically carte blanche to just sort of update and change the curriculum and sort of figure out what I wanted to do. And to me, it was like, okay, it makes sense to build the same app multiple times with different technologies and sort of add on, because it really solidifies your understanding of something. And it's actually really good. And so I chose the Reddit clone idea, which really, if you think about it, is just a micro blog. Just like a small form blog with multiple comments, and comments can have comments, and there's also upvoting. Something like that. There's a little bit of everything in there. And I was thinking, okay, this is perfect. I can basically say at the beginning, we're going to teach you enough to do just the front end part of it. Like no APIs, no databases, no servers, no nothing like that. It's just going to be the very basic, front end for it. With some, like, heck, not even JavaScript, like it doesn't even interaction, like you're just learning the CSS and like the HTML and all that stuff. And then we'll move in, okay, now you know some JavaScript and you can like give some interactivity to it, and you can even have like everything work in the front end. Then we can add in the back end, so you have an API call, you have a database, and we do all that stuff. What I learned was that after rebuilding the exact same project for the third time, quite a few students were not happy with basically doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. It was boring. It was boring. And so because it was boring, they didn't want to do it. And I learned a valuable lesson in education at that time. If it's boring, you don't want to do it. And I'm not fast enough to like do it all in one day. I'm not that. I do know that there are some people who can do that. But we can do same class of applications, because like there's multiple applications that, like, I could say, hey, like, an X Twitter clone, a Reddit clone, like those are essentially the same thing. Just one has voting and one doesn't. But they're really both like micro blog platforms. A to-do app is also sort of kind of in there. It's a CRUD app, right? Like a variety of CRUD apps. We can do like a CRUD app each for different things. Or I might be able to actually come up with things that I need, and then we'll do them there. It's like something for the stream. So let's figure out what actually like the projects and so we have possible projects, tech to use, and so these will be let's do the actual like roadmap itself. So order. And then also we can have in here like the actual problems to solve. Now, I think these two would be a good idea for me to throw in here. So I'm going to add them in here. And so this would be, let's how do I want to do this? I want to rename this to be like, I don't know, almost like an introduction. So just Axum 0.7 like video. It's not really a tutorial, it's not really a course. It's not going to have any checks for understandings. It may be a walkthrough. It could be that. And so it would just be like a live stream, but like, you know, we can just have that out there and make sure that it exists, because there is a lot of demand for it. And I do want to keep my hand in on what the changes are as they happen. So that would be something I think would be nice to have. Is there a way for me to like easily... I don't think that really does what I want it to do. Ooh. This isn't going to work. This is going to break that thing. Okay, hold on. There. It took me a little bit it took me longer than I should have to get that one, but we're good. I should have selected on the dash. That would have been the better solution there. But okay, so I've thrown in something for you, something for you. Okay. Code Crafters is going to be a maybe. I have to wait until they get back to me. The other fun thing that I can do, because I split my stream days into mornings and afternoons, there is a possibility that I could do like a project on one and something else on another. I don't want to work on two projects at the same time, but I could do an exploration on one and then a project on another, like the morning and afternoon, because that's not that big of a, like, I already have a fairly big context shift with like going from stream to work and then back to stream again, so it's not really going to be that big of a deal. Actix, okay, so that would be interesting. Now Tori comes with like a backend for it, right? So I don't really need a backend with Tori. Is that true? Also, am I pronouncing that correctly? How do you pronounce it? Or maybe you could just tell me if I'm wrong, because I'm not sure how easy it is to like write out how the correct pronunciation for it. Looking through this and looking through like how popular things are with what I ran. Okay. Also, hello Dapo. How are you doing today? Towery? Is is it correct with that? Towery? Or towery? I don't know. Oh, another. Okay, so. Okay. Yes, excellent. Towery. Okay, towery. I'll try to remember that. I'll go with it. Also, you're doing good. Excellent. Excellent. Okay. Problems to solve. So you all showed me open llama, llama, which I have the little icon up here, which I love having the little llama icon on the computer. Sometimes I just like keep it up there and just, just to have it up there, and I never even use it that day. But Ollama comes with a server, which means that you can hit it with HTTP requests to basically use the models behind the scenes, and you can do all the things that you want to do to it. In fact, you can do more to it through the API than you can do through the CLI, which is interesting. So I'm thinking one potentially CRUD app, which is more of the app, just the R, would be a like front end, like Ollama chatbot or chat interface. So think of like the interface for chat GPT, not like obviously talking to chat GPT itself, but like that interface with talking. It's a very similar one. It's like used in, well, Discord has something like relatively similar, Slack, like all of the chats really kind of like have solidified on the basic general idea of what this is going to be. Find used to use a similar one. They just did a major update to their UI. So we could do something like, okay, Ollama chat interface, and then that could be a Towery, or it could be just like a normal web interface. So that's one idea. One that I always like think about and come back to, Games Locker. I call it like a Games Locker. I don't know why. It's like games what is it called? When you're doing you're getting like what you own, and you're also like looking at what you want to watch. It's a and then when you're in inventory. Games inventory. Ooh, this example of a chatbot with Leptos. Possibly get some ideas. Okay. I am gonna save that, and watch that later. That's not where I wanted to put it. I wanted to put it there. Good enough. Okay. So game is inventory. So like basically an inventory of games that I own, and then I do enjoy watching people like learn and like go through games, especially like harder games. But I don't like to watch games that I plan on playing. I want to watch them like after I play it. So sometimes I want to like, ooh, let's like, let's collect the games that I play, and then after I play them, like then manage like what Let's Play is, or other streams of people to like watch that through too. So that would be what a games inventory is. It's really just store games and state I'm playing them in, and then also like, choose what I'm going to do next. There's the entire to do app. Just because that exists, we could do the X Twitter clone, the Reddit clone. Like those are always popular and good to do. Now that's, ooh, we're coming up on the end of the month. And that means December is next month. There is that's a thing. We could try an Advent of Code or two. I am not good at them, but we can try them anyways, which would be fun. Dottie, hello. How are you doing today? Note-taking app, something like Obsidian. Ooh. So there are ways to do sort of like an exploration project. So like I'm not really doing like a full, hey, you can like use this and like purchase it and like what's it called? It could be like a raw, like just enough to sort of get the idea of how to be and like just see like, okay, this is like, I can see like the rest of it, but then the rest of it would take like a year to do. So we just go like as far as we need to. It has been a while since I streamed. Yeah. So this could be like a note-taking app. So think Obsidian. Obsidian would probably be a lot easier. Let's see. Pixel Esports, any plans on exploring Dioxis? It's been requested and I forgot about it, so this is a good reminder. We can add that in. Keme Kojiro, hello. How are you doing today? Advent of Code would be a fun way to start. It would be a fun way to potentially do like also. I could do something like warming up in the mornings with like a challenge of some kind, which would either be something like that's actually not tech to use. This would be here, something like that. So we have types, right? So these are actually like projects. So like an app. And then we also have challenges. So app, challenge. Okay. Theric, hello, how are you doing today? Maybe a video maker convert to HLS, maybe similar to Restream. Maybe it's too complex. I have no idea. I've never looked into what is entailed with that. We can certainly do a research thing for it, right? So I'm gonna add in like a research, like a research / how it works, or like discover how it works. And that could be something like what is it called? Video, like a video converter. Now, if I used not image magic. There's that's image converter. There's something else for that. That'd be interesting. Have I ever tried LeetCode? I tried it a few different times and I thought it was fine. With Rust, it's generally really, really hard because a lot of the traditional data structures and algorithms in Rust are different, and it requires a lot of unsafe. And so like it's basically harder than it needs to be for Rust, but it's like basically normal level for like pretty much every other language. It's probably not 100% true, but close enough. Let's see. So I'm not really interested in LeetCode itself because I feel like with Advent of Code, like there's a little story they're going towards. That's like interesting and fun. Code Crafters is like building a full project in that. LeetCode is just like building like just challenges for challenges' sake. Okay. For something a little different, you work in LSP, which might, ooh, an LSP. That would probably be in here because I've never looked into an LSP before. So like a language server protocol. Yeah, that could be interesting. Apparently Shuttle have a Christmas code. Oh yeah. They have something too, don't they? So add in a code. Let's add in Shuttle. Oh, and there's Tower LSP. Yeah, let's add that into the technology. Shuttle. What is it called again? It's like Shuttle Code Hunt. And then U is oh, we could do like shuttle for deploying a code. And let's see, tower LSP, which is .e76. Excellent. GraphQL. Ooh. I have done a bunch of GraphQL on here before, but I suppose we can do like an actual like I've never really looked into like how it works. To actually like implement it, I usually go for Hasura and use Hasura on all of the on top of a database layer, which then gives me GraphQL for free without me having to do anything for it, which I like a lot more. Tracing open telemetry type stuff. Oh yes, this would be like a research. I know that John had done a video on Axum, and then he sort of really lightly touched upon tracing, but like basically said that a crust of Rust for tracing itself would be in the future, but I don't think that's ever happened. So as long as he doesn't do one, then I feel that I'm not like stepping on his toes. We can like dive into like tracing and sort of like experiment and play around with it. Obviously, there's a lot here. I don't think we can even get through a quarter of these before Axum 1.0 comes out. So I'm not going to worry about... We're going to put these in order, right? And so like then you can put something like on hold or like waiting for, which is going to be Axum 1.0 course. Let's also do U 1.0 course. Is there actually a time frame on 1.0? Not that I've seen. So far, what I've seen in the Discord is we're waiting for these other projects to go to 1.0, and then when they do, we'll go to 1.0. And it's more than one, but I don't know exactly how many, and I've not like actually I've seen plenty enough people ask for like a very specific roadmap, and I've seen that like not be given. That like, okay, I'm not going to like add in to like the noise for that. We're just gonna keep patient. We're just gonna work on other stuff. Okay. So we're going to start with these two because I already know these, and I think these are going to have value. There's been plenty of people asking about Axum that I think this will be good. Then for Code crafters. This would be like a business type thing too. I'm going to throw this into waiting for. That's mostly waiting for to find out what my limitations are for it. So I'm going to throw this in that. But then, and so things will sort of like get slotted in here afterwards. So if I were to reorder, I don't even know if I want to reorder these. Like Actix could be interesting. Like any of these technologies could actually be really interesting. We could do explorations with like HTMX. That could be pretty fast. I don't know. Doxus, you actually suggested this, didn't you? Okay. And then shuttle. I wasn't really Alama. Okay, I'll let you do your thing. I think what we'll do is we'll sort of pull these out. So let's grab the order here. And put them up there. 2 at a time, Tori plus Leptos, Actix plus HTMX. Possibly. I think okay, the two at a time that I could do would be sort of like learning challenge. Project, like an actual like just project course creation. So video walkthrough would like these would go under project course creation. The other one that we could do, so I'm waiting for code crafters, but like advent of code would be fun to throw in there. Shuttle code hunt would also be fun to put in there. Oh, there was another one. Oh, and then we could also do the research. Could also be fun to throw in there too. There's another challenge website which I forget the name of. Let me see if I can find it really quickly. Game code. Oh, I remember looking into it after I saw CJ from Coding Garden do a bunch of videos. It was a while ago. Do any of you watch Coding Garden? Can you remind me what was the name of the challenge that he did, where it's like the community all came together to do like, you know, a 10%, a 20%, you can do whatever technology or whatever thing you wanted, but it's sort of like a race against each other in code. And I forget the name of that website, because that looked fun. HTMX is fast and it has security weaknesses. Also, hello Dingo. I mean, everything is going to have security weaknesses, but some things will have more than others. I haven't really looked into to HTMX, so I don't actually know really like much about it besides all the memes, but the memes don't really make the technology do it. It'd be interesting to have advanced content about REST streams and APIs, handling large files, big data, or something like that. Yeah, that was the plan with the original course, is to like have a streaming stuff in there. So that will eventually make its way in. Maybe not for like right now for this. Maybe like challenge. Oh, okay, I found it. Coding game. This is it. So coding game has I think I have a login for it. I just had forgotten what it was. Hey, don't open up there. Welcome back. Okay. 84. Okay, skip. All right, I think I'm good. So yeah, this is looks like they changed a little bit, but they had this, they had something in here. Clash of Code, that's what it was. This would be fun. So Clash of Code is like you go in there and there's like a group of people, 5-minute coding battles. So coding game. They also have coding game also has actual puzzles that you could do that are AI based. And by AI based, it means like you have to write a basic, like not AI that is being used these days, where it's like, you know, LMs. It's not something like that. It's more of like the traditional classic computer game AI, where it's just like, okay, if this is happening, go do this thing. If this is happening, go do this thing, and sort of like deciding what to do and going through there. So that's something we can sort of do and play around with. I think they actually, if we, do you have any that like look fun? Oh, I don't see anything that has like the graphics or the visuals to it. So that would be something to play around with. Oh, and then that reminds me, we have other sort of like challenges here, which would be Screeps and Screeps Arena, which I have not looked at Screeps Arena since we played around with it a long time ago now. So I'm sure that it's gotten a lot more competitive, and we weren't even all that good with it. I'm not necessarily very good with strategy itself, so I would rely on all of you to help me out with it. But those two could be fun as well. Especially sort of in the Rust ecosystem, which there are not very many people that have been doing Rust in there, but there are libraries that are actively maintained for the game, so you can play it. So if you've never heard of Screeps or Screeps Arena, sort of like they're made by the same people. The idea is that you're playing a game using code as the only way to manipulate your units. With Screeps, it's an MMO. Think of a it's an MMO RTS, but you can only control your units and build your buildings and all that stuff using code. And then Screeps Arena is kind of the same thing, except instead of like being an MMO, it's just a one-off, like, you know, a quick like multiplayer battle, and that's it. Like, you know, one-off battle with a leaderboard and everything else, and you're sort of like rising through the ranks each season. A message broker system. Ooh, that could be interesting. So that would be under app here. So a message broker, and that would be something like Kafka, RabbitMQ. I have never worked at a company that needed a message broker, so I have not used those, which would be interesting to sort of play around with. Things that like sort of like I have a lot of fun with these. Nats.io. What is Nats? Oh, is this the a message broker? Okay. Okay, good to know. Thank you, Dottie. Why did I do quit? I don't need to quit. Okay, so learning challenges. Okay, so the project we're gonna keep these up here for right now, and then we can pull out the other projects based upon after those two are done. Problems to solve. Okay. Which is the first one? What should we start with for challenges? Because we could do challenges and that would be fun. Bomero, hello. How are you doing today? I did have a good holiday. I went back and visited my family. Said hi to my parents, my sister, my all the family, and sort of like saw how things were going. It's in the United States. It's actually I felt like a little bit easier and nicer to actually go back and visit for Thanksgiving than Christmas. You're gonna be streaming a Sokoban clone. What's Sokoban? I don't. It's a game, right? I don't think I've ever played it. Shell challenge. I probably wouldn't finish them. Mostly because I've never been very good at those. Okay. It's a classic warehouse puzzle for, oh, it's one of these things where you're like moving them around, right? And you only have like so many turns to move them. Or maybe yes or no, maybe no. So like I need to get them into the dot, so like I can like move that there. Like that. We have to be careful about like moving them. Like I've already screwed up, haven't I? Yeah. Oops. Admin code is always fun. You want a security-based one, you can check out the Try Hack Me Advent of Cyber. I've never heard of that. Can I do that on stream, or am I going to is it going to be way too many accidental show off things that I don't want to show off of that for that? It's safe? Okay, excellent. I've not really done, so I've always been more on the protecting side of cybersecurity with, you know, being a sysadmin. So I never really learned to hack other computers or attack. It's always been about like, you know, configuring the defenses, but then never really doing anything, which just like does mean that I'm not like as good as configuring the defenses as I probably should be, because when you attack it and you learn all sorts of cool ways to sort of like how it can be taken advantage of, and then how you should be able to defend against it. Challenge: build a random daily project from your list with this random set of technologies also from your list, then regret your decisions and wonder why you need to incorporate 3 front-end frameworks into a message broker system. Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. We can build something about that. App. Random idea generator. Random idea generator with tech to use. How could this possibly go wrong? Like this would be come up with ideas, like a project idea, and what tech to use for it. I think like that could actually be a fun project to create. Also one that would be like helpful, right? Okay. These are my general ideas. These are also, I think, things that would be relatively fun to sort of like see and sort of go along with me. I know that there's some people who code along, but I don't really know the number of people who actually code along, or just like sort of you're watching, get inspired, then go do it yourself, or just sort of watch, and that's it. I guess if it isn't completely random, you specify per idea what the requirements are: one backend server, one front end framework. That would be more, that would make sense. But like we could also do chaos mode, completely random tech to use, must complete project with only that tech. Like that could be something like, okay, you're gonna make like a message broker, but you're only allowed to use like, you know, Bevy or something like that. You're allowed to use Bevy and Shuttle or something, you know, something fun. I love these type of ideas, especially when they're silly, because you can like silly stuff can still like require you to learn quite a bit. Okay. Let's see. Now, today is the 29th. Let me open up my calendar. How much time do we have? We have 2 days. Okay, so Friday is going to be the 1st. So I couldn't even do Advent of Code until starting Friday. Is Shuttle Code open up a little bit earlier? On the 1st, okay. Zelosterox? Hello, how are you doing today? Is Zelage open source? It is. Zelage is open source. Oh, I'm sorry about that, Dottie. Here was the message that Dottie put out. But yeah, so I believe Zelage is open source. I believe that if you go to the website, you can get a link to their GitHub and sort of take a look at everything. Okay, and so Zelage, you were linking the shuttle code, the shuttle code challenge, or whatever we're calling that. The Christmas code hunt, right? That's what it was. When the first challenge will be released on December 1st. Okay, so basically, those are all waiting fors. So waiting for, we have Axum 1.0 that goes there. U 1.0 that goes there. We have Code Crafters as response. December 1st. So that will be advent of code. I'm guessing that it's the same thing here too. Is the Try Hack Me event also December 1st? Okay, so we have these things are all available right now. Now we've done okay, I don't think I've done Screeps with Rust, like the actual main Screeps game with Rust ever before. We've done Arena. It's changed probably a lot, so that would be fun to sort of look into. But we could do some coding game. We can probably just do a series of challenges with coding game and to play around with that. So let's start there. And so I'm thinking about doing this as like a warming up. It's like warming up / fun. And then this will be like more learning / like improving, or just like building. So I think order wise, did I keep this in here? I don't think I need this anymore. We have problems to solve. Did I get rid of that? We have waiting for. I think I got rid of the order. No, the order is up top. This is the order. So this is the actual roadmap itself. So let's also change this to, we'll have like morning, afternoon, something like that. It's like I think it's 3 of these, and that means that's like a horizontal rule in Markdown. Oh, there are really great blog posts on Shuttle. Interesting. Okay, so I will, I don't have, do any of you have a let me, oh, there, skipped it. Okay. Do we have any blog readers? Ooh, RSS. That could be something to like sort of dive into. Research, discover how it works. RSS reader. I never looked into that, but I always thought that would be interesting to sort of like try to see how that works. I don't think that it's very hard. We can probably make, you know what? I'll probably just even remove that from there, and we'll just have it in here. Just like create our own RSS reader. If it's nothing more than just a list of things to go and look at elsewhere, that would also work out too. So that would be with the blog post for Shuttle, which I'll take a look at those later. I don't really have a good habit of reading blog posts recently. Okay, so I think now I am not like I'm okay with switching these around too. We have 2 hours for streams in the afternoon, and we have 1.5 hours in a stream in the morning. but also you're here in the morning, and some of you are here in the afternoon, and then it's other people in the afternoon as well. So obviously morning for me is 7 a.m. Mountain Time, which I think is now GMT -6. I should probably verify that. Since you're all here, what would you like to see? Fun? Like challenges, fun, things like that? Or the actual, like, tech stuff? Like, building things? Or like, in this case, starting with the Axum video walkthrough, that kind of stuff. Since you're here, I'll let you all have first shot at influence, like providing influence to me. No, suggestions for me to help influence my decision, something like that. Check out Readwise. Use that to collect interesting articles and reading stuff. Then I read it in their reader and can highlight or make notes, which are then kept and searchable. I find a really good workflow to keep. I like what I read, learn. Oh, interesting. Okay. There's a plugin for Obsidian. So I haven't been using Obsidian. I took a look at Obsidian for a while, and then that was sort of it. Looking at Readwise. Okay, I see. I see Readwise and I see Readwise Reader. Is one better than another? They come together and work together. Okay, interesting. They're separate. They're separate apps on the phone or on my tablet. But okay, well, I'll just get this. I'll get Readwise and I'll take a look at that later. And since you only make the morning streams, is your Twitch schedule off by an hour? Maybe. Let me see what I wrote. It's supposed to start at 7 a.m. Mountain Time and go to 8:30 a.m. every morning. So that's what I put up there. And then also... where's the schedule? There's usually like a schedule on each page that you can find, right? There it is. Yes, this starts at 7 a.m. Mountain Time till around 8:30. So like right in here. So I think the schedule is accurate, I believe. And then this is, ooh, wait. Morning is, no, you're right. These are off by an hour. Oh, what did I do? Okay. Oops. All right. I need to fix my schedule. I apparently didn't do it correct. Oh, I made it when I was in, oh, so my family, where I was in California visiting them, that's an hour, that's in a different time zone. I completely forgot that Twitch puts it in your local time zone when you're doing that. And so that would do it. That would do it. Okay. I can fix this. I'm not even locked. Oh, I'm not locked in there. Hold on. I will fix. How about this? I will fix this after stream. I will fix this after stream, and I'll make the schedule correct. So that way it's not off by an hour anymore. So thank you for that, Esatsu. I would not have noticed that at all until probably next week when I went to refresh it. It's Sitsu. Okay, so you can only make morning streams. For those of you who can only make morning streams, what's your preference? What would you like to see? Fun or like project? Primero, the illogical state of daylight savings time makes you wonder how humanity has survived this long. It was like, that's a relatively new thing, right? Daylight savings time. It's I guess like relatively new in the course of humanity, but it's only like 100 years old, right? I haven't actually looked at it in a long time. Like I remember reading about it a long time ago. Okay, so you would prefer to see projects. I don't actually mind which one I do on like which side. Is there so like I'm happy to do projects in the morning. Is there any other preference? Okay, Pixel Esports, also projects. Okay, so that's two votes for project. I could do an actual vote thing. So hold on. I can't do it across streams. That would be really cool if I could, but I don't think I can. So let me do this. Let me, I haven't done very many polls. How do I do a poll? Manage poll. So create new poll. So question would be morning for project or fun? Responses. Project. Oh, project fun. Duration, we'll do, I don't know, I'll just put it a long time and I might stop it early. So Twitch poll is running. And then let me see if I can do a YouTube poll. I've never done one on here. Is there a way to do a poll in YouTube? Remember, you like it all. Nice to wake up with something chill, and your channel fits the bill nicely. Takes a while for your brain to wake up in the morning, and mornings are evil. Oh, well, I'm sorry. Oh, start a poll. There it is. Okay, so question is morning plan, morning or project or fun. So exactly the same options. Oh, we have yes or no. Okay, so morning for project. Oh wait, no, I can change it. So morning for project or fun, we have project fun. Start poll. Okay, so there's a YouTube poll and a Twitch poll going on right now. Well, I hope that I can help make your mornings less evil, if that makes sense. Of course, for plenty of you, it's not morning when you see me here, and I'm saying good morning to you. It might get confusing, but you can alternate depending on day. That would be confusing to me. That'd be most confusing to me, and I don't want to do that. So I'm gonna veto that one. Okay, so far 80% on Twitch is for project and 100% is for project on YouTube. So all right, I feel like we're pretty solidly aiming towards a project for the morning times. So what that means, after I figure out where my mouse and keyboard actually went, there we go. We're going to switch these around. We're going to do this. We're going to look at, for the morning, we have the Axum video walkthrough, the U video walkthrough. Okay, that's all. We're going to start with that tomorrow morning. So what the Axum video walkthrough is gonna, what these two video walkthroughs are gonna be like is we're gonna choose a very simple project to do, possibly a to-do app, something crud, that I can basically not have, well, actually, because it's, you know, front end and back end, we're gonna create one for front end and one for back end for like the same project, right? So it could be, we might just choose a to-do app. We might choose something else. Would you classify AOC as projects are fun? Yes, I would classify AOC as fun. So advent of code, basically everything that's not value, like actually something creating something, is fun. So it could be to-do app is like fairly small and easy to do. The various like little Twitter clones, Reddit clones would also like fall into that. But to-do app is like the big one to sort of like do. So maybe we'll just start with a to-do app for this. No more to-do apps? Okay, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with like one person saying no more of that and going like, yep, I'm okay with that. How about this? X Twitter clone or Reddit clone? There's not really that big of a difference, right? Either one you have upvoting or you don't. Like that's really what it is. If you do a note-taking app, you get to work through Markdown parsing. True. And then I might do that more for something not part of like this. So I'm thinking about like what should I build for the walkthrough? Because I need like some kind of target for this. So I'm thinking we can do just like sort of an X Twitter clone. So this actually sort of like ends up working with both of them. SurrealDB Rust is great to explore. Ooh, yeah, let's add that in. Would it be an exploration or would it just be a database for us to use? I think it's just a tech to use. Because it's not really, there's not really much to it, right? Besides just like a database with some extra fun stuff added onto it. Codecrafters has some projects like that. Build a Redis clone in Xlang. Yeah, and so I am reaching out to them to see what I can do Streamwise with them, to see if I like how much of Codecrafters I can put on stream or not. Will you be recording these as separate playlists on YouTube? Yes. So each one, the plan is each one would get their own playlist, and then also I would just throw them into the so I have one playlist which is the uncut streams, and then I'll probably also create another playlist. The last time we looked up a streams, it was in JavaScript. Oh yeah. Let me what is it called? Clarify that. Using Rust. So there is a there is an API sort of like wrapper for Rust. So you can, and we actually did this. We played Screep's Arena using Rust, and it worked out. Now it's like not as nice as like just basically just go directly to the logic you want to do. There's a lot of sort of wrapper code you have to write because, you know, Rust, but it's a thing. It does sound stupid fun, doesn't it? I had a lot of fun with it, even though I think like I don't win a lot of the games. It's less because I'm using Rust and more because I don't actually know the right strategies to use. But there's more of you now, and you might be able to help me out with strategy. Just sort of tell me what to do. Like, how do I beat all these things? Toggle Bit, hello! Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for the raid, Toggle. Toggle Bit, how's your stream today? And how are you doing? The real Enrico, hello. You're doing all good, excellent. Your stream was great, awesome, good to know. What were you working on today? Your stream message on your Discord was very helpful in sort of like figuring out that what it was. So I clearly know it had something to do with your shoulder, right? Oh, okay, so you're working on the 2E. Oh, you're close to an alpha. Okay, hold on. When you get alpha, how do you spell your app? I keep on forgetting. It's like anathema. Okay, anathema. I knew it was something with A, and then I forgot what it was. Mad Gatling, hello. How are you doing today? And then Scott B, hello. How are you all today? What we are working on is figuring out what to work on. Previously I've been working on an Axum course, but Axum released a 0.7 update when Hyper updated, and that means that it broke my course. And it also looks like there's going to be several more updates in the coming months, which are going to each have breaking changes on the road to 1.0 for Axum. So we're deciding to take a break from Axum, although not a full break. We're going to start with a quick sort of like, 1 hour or so, just like, here's how, like, here's how to get started with Axum. Here's how to like get stuff going. We're just sort of like a brief tour of Axum, as it were. And we're also going to do that with you. But then after that, we're going to do something else. And so we're in the morning stream right now for us. Toggobit, have a great rest of your day. Thank you again for the raid. And I'll see you online. Yeah. So let's see. We're in the morning stream sort of time right now. It is 8:30 in the morning for me. In the afternoon, which is at 2:30 p.m. for me, which if you look at my stream schedule on Twitch, it is apparently off by 1 because, computer science is hard and all that stuff. Calendars are hard. So I need to fix that. But we're going to start with a little bit of coding game this afternoon, and then we're probably going to, on Friday, take a look at Advent of Code or Shuttle Code Hunt or Try Hack Me, one of those ones, and sort of play around with it. And then after that, I might switch to Screep's Arena because those are fun. Unless you live in Arizona that refuses to use daylight savings time. Also, Hawaii doesn't use daylight savings time. Is that the only 2 states? I think those are the only 2 states in the United States, right? That don't switch over. Well, it is Hawaii. Yeah, like nothing. Like the weather is. I want to say the weather is the same year round, but I know that's not true. It's just a lot less of a change than here, where we're currently have snow on the ground outside. At like, you know, normal ground level. I don't have to go to a bigger mountain to find it. You do too. Okay. Fun. All right. So, it is 8:30, which is pretty much the end of my normal stream time. So, tomorrow morning, we're going to look forward to jumping into building a little X Twitter clone with Axum and or you, and then creating a video for that. So that'll be fun. You are not on a mountain. You're upstate New York. Is it snowing there? New York does get a lot of snow, doesn't it? I remember there was a few times in the last couple of years that it had like big blizzards. But I've never been to New York in the winter time, so I haven't seen it. Oh, and you're upstate New York. That's way more that's New York City is southern New York, right? I'm trying to remember the my geography, but I don't really remember it too well, because I've never been outside of New York City in New York. 3 hours north of the city. Nice. That means you're close to Maine? How New York City is very south. Okay, so I've been only to South New York. And New York is probably the most confusing of the states, because the city that's known for is so well known that that's the only thing that people think of when they think of the state. It has too good SEO. All right, so tomorrow morning we're going to continue. We're going to work on one of these things, and we're going to get that going. For this afternoon, we're going to start with coding game. This afternoon is going to be at 2:30 p.m. Mountain Time, which is GMT -6. It is currently 8:34 a.m., so around 8:30. Twitter X clone front end access will end up having site, desktop app, terminal app, mobile app, just with just one code base back. Maybe someday. Maybe someday. For this one, it'll just be these two. But I could see us doing some like fun things with like mobile apps with Towery, because that could be a lot of fun to do that with. Towery would allow us to do a lot of cool stuff. So that's part of the plan. Okay, so with that all being said and done, let's find a new home for all of you on Twitch. There's no such thing as raids on YouTube, right? They don't have that. Let's see who I'm following. Oh, Albert Larson is right. He mentioned that Albert's streaming. Let's go take a look at. I think Albert is doing. He said he was going to make a game in C. So Albert, member of community, just started streaming. Let's go ahead and set up a raid for Albert. And I'll be able to kind of sort of follow along. Oh, he doesn't have a mic right now, but he's monitoring chat. So let's go ahead and right, you're in here and you're streaming at the same time. That seems interesting. Let's go ahead and set up a raid for you. You're building a Sokoban like game which with terminal and curses. I haven't done C-type stuff in a very long time, so that'll be fun. I'll be able to sort of hang out for a little while until my day job starts at in about 20 minutes. But until then, it'll be fun. So with that, everybody have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I will see you all next time. Bye.